Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video I'm going to be talking about our upcoming temperature pattern over the next few days and even into the beginning of March. It's going to be very interesting to take a look at this with you guys. Now before I get started with this video though, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather related content, and also make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social medias. Let's get right into things. Now, I do want to mention our upcoming snowstorm, which is now called Winter Storm Nash for the southeastern United States. I am not updating that video because I think that video is perfect. I'm sticking to my guns with that one. I think a general 3 to 6 inches for that bullseye area is a very, very good call. The National Weather Service has come into agreement with what I was saying. The models are looking a lot more down to earth, like what I was saying. It looks like it's going to be a perfect forecast, so that's why we're not seeing an update with that one. Now, let's get right into this video, and we're going to be looking at our temperature pattern as of this morning, and you can see we had below average temperatures there for the Rockies, the Midwest, and then around average there for the East Coast of the United States, above average for Florida, and then below average for New England. Let's move towards tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and you can see all that cold air moves in very quickly by tomorrow morning. I mean, well below average temperatures for Texas, Oklahoma, the deep south, up through the Northeast, the upper Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast air. All these areas just very quickly have this very far below normal temperatures move in those deeper blues and into the purples. I mean, we're at 4 to 12 degrees below average Celsius. I'm using Celsius because tropical tidbits, we can only look at the Celsius temperatures compared to normal, not Fahrenheit. A lot of people complain about that, but I can't really do anything about it. Now we're about to move on and take a look at what's going to happen as we head towards Saturday, and we're going to be taking it day by day from that point onward. Well, here's what we're going to be looking at by Saturday. You can see for the northern portions of this cool down, really not looking quite as cold by this point. More average, I would say, for the Midwest, the upper Midwest, and then through New England. New England a little bit colder than the Midwest, but really maybe 1.5 to 4 degrees below average for New England. It's as you head towards the southeast, that's where you see the really far below normal temperatures. A lot of these areas have snow on the ground there for North Carolina and Virginia by this point, obviously. So it might stick around through the day Saturday, I would expect. But again, those deeper blues into the purples, that's 6 to 12 degrees below average Celsius. So a much needed cool down for these areas. These areas have not seen a lot of cool downs this year. And it's on the way, it looks like. This is 48 hours out. Pretty confident that this cool down is obviously going to play out this way. It's as we head towards 8 p.m. on Saturday is when it really starts to fizzle out. We see those lighter blues, and the deeper blues are becoming a lot more rare here, the 4 to 8 degrees below average. Maybe for the southeast coast there and a bit of Texas, but really it's fizzled out quite a bit, and we see a lot more of those 0.5 to 4 degrees below average throughout those blue areas in the southeast. To your north, we have above average temperatures for the Midwest and the upper Midwest in New England by this point. So as we head towards Saturday, it's going to go from colder than normal to warmer than normal very, very quickly. We have a fast moving pattern here. Very interesting stuff. Now we're about to move on towards Sunday, where we can see what we could expect by that point. And here it is by 8 a.m. on Sunday. You can see still some of those lighter blues for the southeast trying to hold on, but again, that's only going to be about a half a degree to maybe 6 degrees below average Celsius. Mostly those higher amounts or those further below average amounts for the coastal Carolinas and through southern Georgia, southern Alabama, and Mississippi, as well as northern Florida, as you can see those darker blues. So really it's going to be quite isolated. Outside of that, just a little bit below normal, not too noticeable, but maybe a bit in some areas. Still dealing with some average temperatures there for New England and above average temperatures for the Midwest and the upper Midwest. Let's move towards about 8 p.m. that night, and you can see finally the southeast is looking more average. So Sunday is really when that cool down for the southeast is going to really fizzle out and just come to an end. Up there in New England and in the upper Midwest, we're going to be dealing with above normal temperatures. So really a big difference there. Let's see, we have some cold air moving in though for the Dakotas, Nebraska, the Rockies. Let's head towards Monday afternoon, and you can see a really big warm up for the East Coast of the United States, but for the Midwest, maybe a little bit of a cool down there, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. But again, that's really lighter blue, so half a degree to 4 degrees below average. Won't be too noticeable, but maybe going to bring us a little bit below normal and a bit of a cool down. But really, the eastern United States dealing with a warm up outside of some areas in the southeast. I'm not seeing how accurate that is, just because I think it's going to be one whole mass of warm air probably by time we're reaching Monday afternoon at about 2 p.m. Let's head towards Wednesday morning, though, so we're taking a big leap, and you can see the warm temperatures are still there along the east coast of the United States. So from Monday through Wednesday, looking quite warm early next week. That's going to be February 26th by Wednesday. But let's see. We have some cold air heading into the upper Midwest, all the way down through the Midwest and the south central United States into Texas and Louisiana. We're about to move on towards Thursday morning, and we're going to start to see another cool down for the southeastern United States, and I guess the eastern United States as a whole. So this is going to be our next upcoming cool down. All right, so taking a look at Thursday at 2 a.m., we can see that by middle to late next week is going to be when we see our next cool down. We see those pinks up there for the upper Midwest, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. That's where we're looking at maybe 12 to 28 degrees below average Celsius. So this is pretty reminiscent of that cool down that we had a little while back. Definitely going to be quite potent, even for the deep south and in through the central plains there. We're going to be dealing with 8 to maybe 16 degrees below average for a lot of those regions, so going to be quite potent. We could see New England still holding on to that warmth there for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, but that's probably going to be short-lived. As we head towards 8 p.m. on Thursday, you can see the cold has completely arrived for all of the northeastern United States, except for maybe New Jersey. Again, that's kind of minor detail within a more major system, so it's going to be tough to tell if that will be accurate. Obviously, that's a very small area, so I think with how far we are out, I don't know how accurate that will be. The overall theme is that there will be the high potential for a cool down Thursday, Friday, Saturday time frame here, but again, this was by 8 p.m. on Thursday. Let's head towards maybe 2 p.m. on Friday, and you can see that cold air has just really moved into the eastern United States. A lot of purple showing up there for the Appalachian Mountains, and then down through Florida as well. Minnesota, the Dakotas, we only have purples. We did have pinks, so actually it's warming up a little bit for you folks up there. Let's move towards, this is probably going to be about 8 a.m. on Saturday, February 29th, and we see a lot of those purples and pinks for the eastern United States. So varying levels of cold here for the eastern United States late next week. You know, we don't really know how cold it's going to be. Models are right now indicating that it will be pretty cold, but it could be a little bit less or a little bit more. But again, the overall theme is that we will be seeing a cool down at some point during the later portion of next week, which could also bring the chances of snowstorms. The models have been flirting with that as well. Obviously, with the cold air in place, it would be a good opportunity for some snowstorms to possibly show up for the eastern United States, but that'll have to be determined later on, obviously. Now we're about to move on and take a look at Sunday morning, where we're going to start to see that cool down die down, and then we're going to take a look at NOAA's actual March forecast, which is going to be interesting to show you guys, and then also our 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day forecast as well. All right, and this is going to be by Sunday, March 1st, which is going to be my birthday, by the way, just in case any of you wanted to know that. But by 8 a.m. on Sunday, March 1st, we're going to be dealing with some colder temperatures along the East Coast, but obviously the upper Midwest and the Central Plains have really warmed up by this point, calling for above normal temperatures. That cool down is heading further and further east, and it's going to come to an end here soon. As we head towards 2 a.m. on Monday morning, you can see it's pretty much all said and done. Maybe some cold there for the Southeast once again, and then New England as well. Let's head towards maybe 8 p.m. on that Monday night, March. It's going to be heading towards March 3rd, but we're going to be still at March 2nd. And you can see the warm has completely returned for the eastern United States. Keep in mind, this is 282 hours out, so the details are going to become a little less certain here as we head towards early March because it's so far in the future there. Let's take a look at your 6 to 10 day probability outlook here from the National Weather Service. This is going to be for the 25th through the 29th of February here, and we can see mostly calling for the best chance of cold temperatures for the central United States. The East Coast maybe a little bit of a chance of warmer than normal conditions there, but at least average. Let's take a look at that 8 to 14 day forecast though, and this is going to be February 27th through March 4th. And we see the colder temperatures move in here on their forecast, and that's probably due to what I just showed you with that cool down as we head towards early March here. So, but specifically for the southeastern United States, which has kind of been the trend lately, the southeastern United States seeing the furthest below average temperatures with these cool downs. Now, real quickly, let's take a look at that March forecast from the National Weather Service, and you can see cold for the southeast. And mostly for the east. Now, I'm not going to completely fall for this yet because we saw that for January and February too on their forecasts, and we see what happened. it didn't really pan out that way. So we're going to move a little bit closer to the beginning of March, and then I'm going to be coming out with my official March forecast. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun to make. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to share it with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next video.